All right, so I guess we'll hop in. Yeah, y'all talked about maybe going over to the Ivory and Emerald. Uh, and they'll say as y'all are having discussion, uh, we'll say simultaneously, Lara, you see your companion coming down this. You see your companion you've been on the road with for quite some time start coming down the stairs just as also Klaus is entering. So Tana, if you want to introduce your characters as they who do the rest see coming down the stairs? North Hand, you can talk about what does she look like, how does she carry herself, you know.
Yeah, she's quite tall. She's quite strong-headed. She's looks a bit arrogant. She's it almost looks like a clueless arrogance. She's got really long white hair. She definitely doesn't look like she belongs here.
All right.
So probably as we see this individual coming down, the question is, are they coming towards us? Like approaching us directly?
Yeah, she came down the stairs from down the stairs of a tavern and started walking towards your.
So Phalar probably sees them approaching and looks over, looks to the group. It's like, we seem to have a guest approaching. Do any of you know who this is?
Lyra will look up. She's my companion?
Phalar kind of gives a nod and he's like, that's interesting. Did not see them the entirety of the day so far until now, but I suppose it's good to track, yes. It looks over to the new individual and says, would you mind telling us your name, perhaps?
My name's Talassa. Lyra and I are old companions.
Kind of gives a bit of a nod, and I'll just the same way I did for Lyra last session. It's probably about now that you realize that the man that's asking you to introduce yourself also seems out of place, as half of his body is completely spectral. He looks over to you and he's like, so it would seem that you're another individual that's perhaps far from home. Well, you'll fit in with the rest of us, I do suppose. We all seem to be a bit far from our safe spaces. Why don't you come have a seat? We can talk more.
Has a seat. Is your kingdom also dead?
Kingdom was what?
Are your people dead?
Phalar kind of pauses for a moment, looks at his drink on the table like he's got that 1,000-yard stare, and then he looks back at you, and then he goes, the people that I used to call my people, I would no longer even stare or take a look at with my own eyes.
Talassa looks blankly and moves and moves her eyes towards Lara. We are not the same then.
Yes, yes, of course. Tis always nice to find people of other interests and other cultures.
Liza, is that how you say it? Liza?
Thalassa.
Thalassa, make a perception check for me.
Do I just roll?
Yes. So, in your D&D Beyond character sheet, find perception and just click on the your modifier. You should see a dice.
Lyra is just poking up here.
Rage bait, rage bait, rage bait, rage bait, rage bait.
Whatever, heck, I'm gonna say the Vilra is just face planted on the table, just passed out.
She's like trying to balance herself on her back.
The 10, if you open up your
Yeah, sorry, I logged out of my D&D Beyond. I have to like log in again.
okay. Apparently, Thalazia has the most HP and the highest AC of the entire party.
Yeah, but I'm dumb as fuck. Okay. Um, so what must I do? Click on perception.
Yeah, perception.
Where you see like the plus whatever, you just click on that and it'll do the roll and add it automatically.
That's um. Oh, okay. I got an 8. So 13.
You. It's like as you're walking past, you. As kind of spectral as Baylor is, you do see some. Like. It's very faint, but he has some slight elven feet.
And so you'll probably notice he's got like the pointed ears and like the kind of thinner body profile and such.
Is this Fela or Klaus?
Yeah.
Baylor.
Fela.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like here, I can also ping you in the server. This is. There you go. The first of those is how he kind of looks at the moment. That's just his typical.
He looks terrifying. But he's an elf.
Hey, you notice that he has elven features, but he does like half of his body, even through his clothes, looks like he's just got purple X-ray.
Looks a bit like Freddy Krueger. Oh. Okay, the Lasser takes a second look at the character beside her, and she asks him, "What is wrong with your body? It is glowing. It is purple. I've never seen anything like it before."
Baylor kind of gives a little bit of a curious head tilt and a slight smile just for a single moment before his face goes back to being neutral. And he's like, well, I wouldn't quite say that it is something wrong, though it is an affliction that I did not bring onto myself. It's something that I have come to work with. It's a bit of a boon, I suppose. I'm partially torn into the ethereal plane, see, and it allows me to phase between our plane and that of the spirits.
So you can talk to spirits then.
For brief periods of time, yes.
Does this give you ally advantage?
I'd say in some cases it has helped.
Have you thought to rule over these spirits?
Baylor kind of gives a slight head shake and he's like, I would think about it if not for the fact that I myself was once dominated and ruled over, so I prefer to keep my sympathies rather than inflicting the pain that I went through onto others.
So you are enslaved.
You could say that I was at the time. No longer, however. I make my own path now.
But you still suffer from this spirit ethereal curve.
It was my freedom that caused this issue with my body. I've learned to work with it, as I said. He kind of looks over to Lyra and is like, and in time, I'm sure that both you two and will get to see some of the benefits of it. I know Elvira, kind of, motioning to Elvira pass out on the table, has seen a little bit of what I'm capable of, as has the rest of our party. Our party is very unique in their own way, I'd say. We all have our strengths.
I too was enslaved. I will, if I ever come across the people that enslaved you, I will smite them down where they stand. And I am very worthy to be in such presence of such a strong ally champion.
Thaler kind of gives a bit of a head tilt, probably shifting the tankard that he's got on the table, and just gives kind of a solemn, serious nod in response. And it's like, I myself have been trying to figure out where they've gone for a while, if not just to make sure that they're not on my tail. But whatever the case, we do have our own problems to deal with as well. With Ventress trying to break the barrier between our world and the gods and all.
I'll say it's
He kind of sits for a moment, and then he looks over to the newcomer, looks over to Lyra, and is like, I would not have said that if not for the fact that Lyra vouched for you.
it's probably at this point, Klaus, that you come walking into the tavern doing whatever old stuff you were doing.
Lyra kind of puts her hand up and like shakes it from side to side, like, kind of a vouch.
Yeah, pretty much Phalar wouldn't have said what we're doing and what, like that we're trying to stop Ventress if not for the fact that you were like, oh, I traveled with this person.
I know.
Because it's Phalar. Phalar is very much the kind of person to ask who you know when he first meets you. But since you were like, oh, I'm traveling with them, he's just like, oh, okay.
As Klaus walks in, you'd see him messing with his long tobacco pipe, putting some tobacco in it as he walks by to get a drink from the barkeep.
as he walks past, Phalar probably kind of does a little bit of a motion, and then like, you know, pointing to Klaus once he's past them, and it's like, that would be Klaus. He's another one of the members of our party. Lyra, you might know him as your sister would call him, Creepy Man.
She kind of like shoots him a little glare, like a confused side eye.
That was this thing that happened, Klaus. Don't know if you caught that in the
I did.
replay.
I heard being called creepy guy a lot.
Yeah, it was Elvira catching Lyra up on the party members, and was like, also, he's not here right now, but we do have this creepy man that follows us.
Bartender probably cleaning, like going through cleaning each mug, kind of looks up. What can I get for you?
2 mugs of your strongest ale.
And he reaches down, pours 2 mugs and slides them over.
He would pay for them, grab the mugs, and start walking back to the party. He would.
It's probably this
Grab-
point you see Avilra's like face planted on the table, completely passed out.
As he sets his drinks down and finishes messing with his pipe, he would look over, see Phalar, see Avilra, and see these 2 new people, and ask Phalar if these are friends of his and what's wrong with Avilra.
Or kind of gives sort of a half nod, and he's like, just met Lyra yesterday, if I recall. She would be the sister of Elvira. I'm not entirely sure what's happened to Elvira. Might have drank a bit too much, or perhaps was just a bit exhausted after that fight. It was quite a heavy fight. The other one is quite new as well. I'm terribly bad with names sometimes. Apparently a traveling companion of Lyra's. I would say yes, that they are good company so far.
Pleased to meet you.
Lyra will look up at him, nod, and go back to the fucking Mo.
Oh yeah, as you walk in, Klaus, the first thing that you would probably notice as I'm introducing Lyra as Elvira's sister, and then the first thing you're gonna notice there is, yeah, pretty much what Late sent in general between Lyra and Elvira, just poking Elvira.
You say this after you finish talking and they introduce themselves. Klaus would say, I do not know how good of company elves can be.
Another side eye.
Another side eye.
And all you see from Klaus is just his hood over his head and his black face, featureless mask, say for 2 eye slits and a mouth slit that glow a reddish purple hue.
Does your character look like your art or look like your...
He looks like the art, but you cannot see his
Okay,
face
okay.
behind the mask right now.
His face is covered. It's like a black version of like kind of a tribal mask.
Do I see any of these things that you're holding?
You'd see his staff and spell book. You'd probably set him up against the table.
Alright.
Oh, it is approaching evening if y'all want to go to that fancy dining room.
Dinner time.
Honestly, that's wouldn't be too bad of an idea, I suppose. Would allow us all to get a little bit more insight into each other, perhaps. Klaus, we had a bit of an idea. The Ivory and Emerald, I believe it is called. We wanted to take a bit of a break from the usual tavern goods.
That sounds all right.
I'm absolutely starving.
We should probably get changed, Phalar. They probably are not going to allow us in such wear.
I still have the clothing that I wore for the get together in the Feywild. I could always swap into that. Or casually, Phalar just says that. I just realized that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait a minute.
So that's how casual Phalar was. Just like I could always wear what I wore to the get together in the Feywild.
I also have some suits I can wear.
Well, I mean, like the the ball in the Feywild, that was like business formal. You would know that probably a fine dining establishment like this is probably like it'd wear like suits and dresses and really nicer clothes.
Yeah, I'm sure Klaus has a nice suit. Phalar, I think I have a few other.
I suppose I could take a look. Anything that is of a
I'm hearing
darker
that
palette better conceals my
could
glow.
be an opportunity to buy a new dress.
There are plenty of
But yes,
shopping places.
There is a good few tailors here in Vale.
I need some good land clothes.
well, Phalar, you can show the elves to the tailors if you would like. I don't quite know if my suit would fit you.
I'll bring them along, I do suppose. You can get yourself ready, and then we'll see where we can meet up.
Sounds good.
You're late.
Huh?
Hold on, I gotta find you in my DMs real quick. God damn it. Uh, as we're headed out, right, hold on, I gotta get my light turned on.
probably. Here.
All right. Oh damn! I turned away
Oh.
for 2 seconds to turn my light on and look back, and the screen is darker. And I was like, "Did I do something to my TV?"
Once they follow Phalar to go shopping, I would like to get my stuff and move to this.
Oh yeah.
Trying to
Yeah,
move,
to the-
move to the corner.
Yeah, this table here, and I'd like to message Silas and Lord Duskvale to see if they are able to come and meet me.
So. See here. All right. So
Well, this fails in another plane. I'll say roll a d100. But
Celeste, since this is, I don't think you have it on. So what you can do real quick, if you press the M key on your keyboard and then you press 5,
Yeah.
then there should now be an orange box around the character icon inside the M menu. What that does is now when you move, it tells you the distance.
yeah, that'll become very helpful once.
Like so,
If there's
Okay.
ever co-
once you
if-
have the not that. So yeah, you can do the M menu is your measurement menu. You can do the ball, you can do cube, you can do cone, line, or you can, if you have the orange box around the 5 one, what that does is if you press M to close the menu again, then just when you use your mouse to move the character around, it'll measure it.
Awesome.
There you go. So you can see how far you're moving and such.
69.
Nice.
Alright.
I had to.
You don't get a response from Lord Duskvale, but Silas tells you he is currently eating dinner at place you're actually going to.
Tell him I'll be over in a little bit if he's still there.
Okay.
Will
Alright,
the
so
tailor
which
be open at this
direction?
time?
I mean, likely.
He tells you I just sat down, so if
Okay.
so probably if you're there within the next, couple of hours, he'll still be there.
Taylor kind of looks back. He says, I suppose the tailor would probably be open this time. It's not too late into the night, and I can't imagine they'd want to lose business on potential sudden orders from any nobleman that wants a fancy dinner and forgot their suit.
Like it's probably approaching maybe 6:30. The sun's starting to set.
So which direction are we headed to get to the building, just so we can actually play it out?
1, 2. Pipeline down so I can look.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. On the side of your screen, the green or the white bar that's going up the side, that is your kind of like your cutoff thing. So the white thing you can drag up and down to change your camera height, and the green one you can move up and down to change your cutoff so that anything that's under or above it will turn invisible.
Okay. That's helpful.
Yeah, and then you can click on the lock next to the green one to lock it to there, otherwise it'll keep going back up. Lots of little fun features.
It's very helpful, actually.
Yeah, it's nice for when you have to go inside of buildings. So late if
Yeah,
you.
I've gotten lost
it'll
a couple times.
be this building right here.
All right, that's here.
Yep.
All right. Oh my god, that's actually perfect because of what I mentioned I was gonna do. So Phalar, as we step out, kind of looks back and forth, and he's gonna be like, "I believe this way is the way that we need to head."
It's right next to the bookstore. That's one too.
Oh yeah. As well, if you're wondering how we're doing this, arrow keys.
My arrow keys. It's just moving the camera.
I mean, WASD moves the camera for me, so maybe it's the other way.
So I would
No.
say both
Oh, okay, got it, got it.
Thalassa and Lyra, as you approach the fountain, just being near one of these towers, you feel your sudden connection to the weave or any of your innate magic is just heavily diminished.
Yeah, as we're close to that building, right? Or no,
close to here.
here. Yeah.
Magic.
As you see these,
As we walk near these,
you see these two like probably 20-foot tall, like full muscular figures, singular mask, tattoos glowing across their bodies, and they're just staring at y'all. You feel like just being near them, your magic is suddenly heavily diminished. At a point where it's almost kind of alarming and slightly nauseating.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to quicken the pace.
I
As you
turn to
pick up-
them and I spit at them and then walk away.
as you're both kind of, showing kind of the same thing, as we're walking, Phalar is just kind of like, that would be the headquarters of the Arcane Eye. They're sort of the investigative force that deals with arcane things. Those big men are their enforcers. If you are near them and you do any sort of magic, you will not be able to.
What will they do to you? Will they imprison
They
you?
have some kind of field around them that seems to suppress most connections to the weave. Not sure how they do it. They do not talk, so I would not know. I just know that I try to avoid them when they show up to some sort of accident. I feel like that would be good times. As we're walking down the street, it's gonna. As we're walking down the street, uh, towards the
What the
place,
heck?
directly after mentioning, oh, the big guys and everything do magic stuff, and both of you being nervous of the big guys, if you want to narrate the feeling and everything.
It's like as you're kind of walking, you hear this loud boom, 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 kind of right behind you. As you kind of turn around, you see this 20-foot tall stone figure just slowly walking behind y'all.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
You see, like when Phalar stops, it immediately stops.
it's moving, and then when Phalar stops because you both stop, it stops in sort of an idle stance, and then Phalar kind of takes a moment and he turns. It looks at both of you like, right. That one is not from the Arcane Eye. That is my guardian. That one belongs to me.
This is terrifying enough.
Yeah, she'll nod and just kind of
He kind of gives a slight smile and he says, when you're someone that has a past like mine, you tend to become very nervous that you could be watched or flanked at any moment. It is quite the feeling of security to have something of that stature following you.
Like,
Of course, it works for our entire party, so if at any point one of us needs protection, Alatia is more than happy.
I think Larry, you saw it like briefly just standing in the corner by the tavern, but kind of like now you kind of get the full context of what this thing is.
huh.
I've lost which building we're headed to. Above table.
Does it follow
Uh,
us everywhere?
Well,
This
not
one.
exactly, but going through streets in the evening, I don't feel exactly safe myself, so I prefer to have it follow. It follows the commands that I give it through an amulet that I wear. So as he says that, we're probably passing the fountain. Don't get stuck in the. And he kind of does a little bit of a wave with his hand, motioning towards the fountain, and Alacha steps over and then just stands right there as we walk up to the tailor. Now, I must say I've never been much one to be good with social interaction. I do not know if either of you two may be a better suit to give the door a knock.
I have my moments. And she'll just try to open the door.
Door opens.
Door opens.
Seen this kind of like quite elderly woman kind of behind the desk. Realizes the same person you bought stuff from earlier.
The beer guy.
Kind of looks up from her book, says, "Oh, hello. How can I help you?"
You said this was the tailor's?
This shop is like multifunctional.
As you walk in, you probably notice like there's a shelf with weaponry on it. There's a shelf with like alchemical equipment on it. It's like a Swiss Army knife shop.
Yeah.
Crazy word.
No, it's on to build multiple shops.
You could think of it as like a storefront, I guess. You know, like the people go do stuff and then bring it to her to sell.
Yeah.
We need some formal wear for tonight.
Ah, okay. He kind of walks out from behind the desk and says, she points to the trunk kind of on the floor, saying, "All of our fabrics are over there for your choosing."
Here.
As you see, there's like various silks, there's Egyptian cotton, there's like real kind of nicer fabrics with like the like one you see almost looks like it's one kind of in the back almost looks like it's like a shifting, it looks like, it feels like a silk, but you see like in the light it kind of shifts from like a red to like a teal kind of color.
I'll pick up
Basically,
that one.
in shop, any fabric you can think of, it's in there.
Beautiful.
Egyptian silk.
So, what kind of clothings are you looking for? A dress, a nice jacket? What do you have in mind?
She'll look up after looking at the fabric. A nice dress for me will do. And for
I step forward. I look through the trunk. I'll just take this. This seems fine.
A dress for
Picks up
you
the dress.
as well. He looks over.
Yes, that'll be fine.
She kind of pulls out a tape measure and starts taking measurements of each of you.
I get a little bit aggressive because I don't know what she's doing at first.
I'm just taking your measurements, dear. Unless you wish you would wear a big poncho.
No, it's fine. Continue if you must.
She'll finish her measurements and says, uh, give me about an hour, and I'll have it ready. She kind of takes the, as you can pay once they are complete.
She'll nod.
Say nothing.
So you have about an hour of waiting. Unless there's anything to do, we can fast forward. Unless Klaus, you wanted to do anything while they're off shopping.
He would just get dressed and put everything in his bag of holding on his side besides his mask. He'd keep that on for now. Just sit at the tavern and wait.
All right. Fast forward an hour. She finishes and says, "Well, dearies, for say you can probably 25 gold, I'd say, for both garments."
I don't have any money.
She'll nod and hand her 30 gold.
And gives you your dresses. Now it is getting late, but so I'm afraid I must ask you to leave as I have to close things up.
Well, thank you.
Taylor kind of sits himself up, steps out of the door, and kind of just looks back to the other two waiting for them as well. And then as she comes to the door to close it, Taylor kind of gives a nod back as they head out and is like, "You have a nice night."
You too, dearie. And close the door. And you hear a click. Doors are locked.
Now, we should probably get ourselves into our attire and then meet up with our other members before we head out.
She nods.
Where do we change?
We've got a couple of rooms saved away back at the tavern that could probably be a good place. Yes, when I press left and then it goes up because my camera is angled.
Yes.
I love that Tailspire does that sometimes. It'll be like, oh, you wanted to go up, go down. Because like your camera is at a slight slant, so then it changes the inputs.
Yeah.
While we are walking, I gesture to Lyra and I ask her to come aside as I want to have a private conversation with her.
Okay.
I thank her for pretending to be my ally and introducing me to the group. I thank her for saving me on the beach and healing me as I was very injured. I tell her that she is the strongest healer that I've met, and I will protect her with my life.
She'll look at you, a bit confused, and nod. We should probably join back up, though.
I accept this, and we join up with everyone else. Can anyone else not see their screen? It's way too dark.
Yeah, because it's evening.
Once you're inside the building, it'll be better again. Where there's actual light.
That a little better. The way it's still sunset. I think probably at this point the bartender is like going over to check on Avila.
Will they come up and is like, how is our friend looking here, Mr. Barkeep?
Well, she's passed out drunk.
I had to figure it as much. Our last fight was very tough.
Well, she has a room. I guess I can put her there to sleep it off.
That would probably be for the best. We had plans to head out somewhere, but it may be best that she stays while we go.
And he'll just walk over and like fireman carry, pick her up, and just walk her up the stairs. You know, passed out drunk upstairs. There you go.
Y'all come back in and talk to the barkeep. Klaus would say to Phalor, "See, you're back, Phalor. Did it go good at the tailor getting outfits for you and the elves?"
I'd say yes, it went well. Apparently the same shop that I collected some alchemical supplies from previously. It's a bit of a multifaceted business, I suppose.
Bartender comes back down and goes back to the bar.
As y'all come in, y'all see Klaus has already changed into his suit. It's a dark purple black 3-piece suit, but he still has his mask on, and it would look like this.
Suit.
Except he still has his mask now.
Lyra, did you draw your character?
I did.
Oh my word, it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
To say, as someone without the ability to do any form of 2D art, it is always fun seeing other people do it. My artistic skills are more in the writing department and like 3-dimensional objects.
Fair.
That's why
That's
I
better than
paint
nothing.
Warhammer minis. That's why I paint Warhammer models, and my writing skill probably just comes from the fact that I know a lot of big words, so it sounds fancy. That's why I'm so bad at playing like characters that aren't smart. It's hard to keep myself from saying things.
Do we get changed now?
Yes. And I'll leave it up to y'all and what your outfits look like.
I'm gonna start a thread with
Baylor, should you go get changed?
Oh yes, of course. I should likely, yes. It kind of gives a nod as he heads up the stairs. My model isn't going to move at first because I'm looking in search real quick, but I am headed up.
How do you open doors?
If you right click on the door, it'll you can hit like an open thing, and then it'll be like ask the DM to open the door, and then like can hit yes, and it'll open it.
Yep.
I need permission? That's crazy.
It's because it's supposed to stop like if you imagine, because the way that Tailspire renders things is like the DM can hide things behind walls and stuff by like putting a thing over it to make it so that you can't see what's in the next room. So like allowing the players to just be able to open the door would mess with that, because then it would immediately spoil whatever's coming.
Yeah, so like if there's a
Excellent.
bad guy hiding behind a door, and you just walk up and open the door, to kind of
It takes away from the DM's plan to have you ambushed.
exactly.
I mean, it's not necessarily like you can't just do that in the world of D&D. You could just walk up to a door and open it. It's just supposed to
Okay.
stop you like as the player from metagaming, which is like having knowledge above what your character would have about the situation.
So y'all get dressed and make your way back around, I guess.
It's a cool looking dress for Lyra.
here.
Ooh.
I may draw it eventually. We'll see.
I actually jumped straight onto Pinterest, so
I immediately I heard new dress, new outfit, Pinterest. My love.
Uh, fast forward to y'all. Down then. There you go. y'all ready, I can just move you to the restaurant map.
I'd be cool with that.
I'd say I'm ready.
Ready?
Alrighty. Another goal.
The extra layers make Phalar a bit less outwardly glowy, but the downside to that, like I said in general chat, is being less glowy means you can see more of his non-ethereal skin, meaning that you can see the scars on his face.
Oh no. No.
He gets quite concerned about such things. Like, above table Phalar's kind of got like the anything that I present myself with that isn't just this is who I am could lead to people realizing his past, so he gets jumpy about that stuff.
Oh, he's insecure.
Don't worry, I really don't care.
I can't wait until we're in combat at some point. I know that this act late said was going to be a bit more roleplay oriented, but
Yep.
if we get into combat, that's going to be fun. It
Don't kill
happens
me.
at some point. Oh no, don't worry.
I'm begging you.
If you kill me in a funny way, I'll be okay with it.
All right, got it. Cast fly on you, and then while you're over the top of lava, drop concentration.
Maybe.
Make you do the Looney Tunes thing.
That would be funny.
It would be funny though.
Spoiler: I don't have fly, but it would be funny.
Well, tell you what, you need to set up a bunch of fire rings and ask her to get in a cannon to fly through them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That would be funny.
Yee oink.
Then I go to yoink. Yoink.
Oh.
Download all. Bink.
This guy looks like a prick.
Perfect for a fancy restaurant.
Oh. Is he okay?
So snazzy.
As you
The timing, no, it's funny. We arrive at the restaurant and then my mom comes in and gives me dinner. I just got actual food as we enter the restaurant.
And dinner sounds great.
Also, in complete contrast to the fact we're going to a fancy restaurant, part of dinner is dino nuggets.
Only the best
was one of the-
restaurant.
It was one of those days today where nobody really felt like doing anything, so we were just like, we're just gonna get, put it in the oven, call it good.
as you enter this like marvelous, this well crafted marble lifts of gold kind of running all through it. Guys kind of standing in the inter hall with a piece of parchment, kind of these rimmed glasses kind of over your nose as you come walking in. Can I help you?
A table for 4, please.
Do you have a reservation?
This is probably given the history of things that have happened in our party. Taylor kind of taps Klaus on the shoulder and is like, "You seem to be pretty good at communicating with people in these situations."
He would step. Fuck, I can't remember Silas's last name.
Blackwood.
So long since the
Raven
last
something?
Blackwood. Yes. I would step forward and be like, "We are supposed to be meeting my good friend, Mr. Blackwood here. We should already be here dining," is what he told me.
Oh, yes, he is here. Are you to join him this evening?
We are, but we're gonna sit at a separate table, and me and him have some business to discuss later.
One moment. As he walks in.
As he walks away, Baylor kind of looks over at you, kind of lowers his voice a bit once the guy's out at earshot, and is like, "I didn't know that Silas was going to be here. I just know that you tend to talk us into situations."
It just so happened I had talked to him when y'all were out, and he said he was coming here for dinner, so it worked out.
Suppose it did.
Why are you so
Yeah,
secretive?
What did you say?
Why are you so secretive?
I'm not secretive. I'm an open book.
What are you guys discussing?
Um,
Oh, I was just. He kind of,
me and Silas.
walks closer to you, and he kind of looks back at Klaus and is like, "Silas and Klaus have not necessarily secrets that they discuss. It's more they're business partners, and they do very important work."
We own a mine together.
You mean he owns a mine?
Yeah, he owns a mine. And I gave part of it away.
Sure.
You don't have to tell me.
I wouldn't expect. Oh, sorry.
As he comes back, he says, Lord Blackwood insists you join him this evening. Follow me.
As he starts walking, he would look back at Laura. I believe that's who asked, and say, "I wouldn't expect anything else than less judgmental from an elf." And walk through.
Wait, what?
Was that who's asking how I was being so secretive? Was Lyra?
Me? No, I asked.
Oh, you asked.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then he would say it to you then. I thought it was Lyra. My bad. Throwing the wrong elf
Oh,
under the bus.
You and elves, honestly.
Do you realize that technically Avilra is an elf too?
Yes, I know.
But
Cost
but yeah,
used to be an
not so
elf.
not so you know you
I
don't have
believe
that
we're
attitude
all
around
elvish
her.
in our own way.
Yeah, Klaus just doesn't like elves.
Racist
Well,
to the
that
core.
really sucks for you. That really sucks.
What level of RNG did you have to endure pissing off some god somewhere to get put in a party of a former ethereal elf, of technically an elf, two elves?
I know.
It's basically a party of elves.
Yeah.
Now we just gotta get a gnome in here who wears the little Santa hat and pretends to be one of those kinds of elves.
Yes.
At least Otto was a human. He broke up the elves.
I'm gonna sit next to him to piss him off a little bit.
So as the rest of you are kind of join, I'll post a what you
we sit down, Klaus. So, forgot to mention, everything Klaus has said to everybody has been at a whisper because of his mask. Like a haunting whisper.
Oh my god. It's actually even better for it being pointed out that you're being secretive as you've been talking to us in whispers the entire time.
As we sit down, I'd lean over to Silas and tell him, sorry for such a boring dinner this is going to be. Silas with elves, they're just going to eat a bunch of fruit and vegetables and no meat.
It's like he looks at you, looks at your ears, raises an eyebrow. And then he just motions the rest of y'all, please have a seat.
Sit down. Please sit down.
Probably as you sit down,
What?
a butler walks over saying, "Oh, welcome, new guests. Can I get you something to drink? While you glance at the menus?" As you see, he like snaps his fingers and like almost you like on each place just a little gem that glows, and it's basically like an iPad touchscreen, except it's like transparent slightly. You can swipe and look at different pages of the menu. And the menu is in Discord.
Yes, I see it. He would lean over, or he wouldn't lean, but he'd just ask Silas what spirit or wine he enjoys from here.
Wait,
Where's
what?
the menu?
It's in Discord.
If you scroll down to menus and then click the ivory and emerald one,
He points to the Silas kind of says, points to the half drink bottle. He says, "I'm having a uh, I'm having a bottle of the blood of the Bretai."
see.
Drinking
Well,
what?
I'll buy the next round for me and you, Silas. Let's get the Lich's Reserve Port, a bottle of it. And I'll tell him to put it on my tab.
All right.
I want to be so annoying right now.
I mean, up to you. What do you want to do?
I'll
Nobody's
take a
stopping you.
bottle of the Amber Glow Ambrosia.
Bottle of the amber globe.
That's the most expensive one.
Yeah.
On whose tab that's going on, not mine.
You?
Um,
I
I
am,
can,
I'll
I am
I'll
keeping
have
track of everything y'all spend, so
I can just pay for that.
okay, I'll have the blush of the Moon Maiden. I'll just have a bottle. Is there anything I can read on the menu?
Which one?
The Moon Maiden one?
The rosés and sparkling.
Oh, blush of the moon main. A bottle or glass? So are you ordering a bottle or glass?
Bottle.
Okay. The butler kind of nods and says, looks over to you, Phalar, and says, "Do you want anything, sir?"
Taylor's kind of looking over everything, and he kind of looks up. He says, "Just one moment, if I may." As he's like kind of moving, like moving his finger down along the side as he's reading. And as he's reading, he looks up to the two of our newer party members. He says, "I've found myself to be a bit fond of trying different various alcohols, so I want to make sure that I make the choice that I feel most satisfied with." And he kind of stops, and he's like, "Right. I think I..." And he kind of looks over to the butler. Says, "I'll stay a bit in the balanced side. We'll go for Silver Mist Chardonnay, just a glass."
He'll nod and then kind of walk off.
So while we're waiting, I suppose this would be a good time to get in a little bit of talk. Klaus, would you like to introduce yourself to the new individuals?
He would just say, "My name's Klaus. I've been with Phalar for quite some time. Elvira has joined us recently, and this is a close friend and business partner of mine, Silas."
You see the it's like as you kind of gesture, rest of you see this kind of slightly elderly, like elderly looking orc with like little bits of gray, but you can see under his clothes as he kind of just silently nods. Pleasure.
Is there anything y'all would like to know about me? Since it seems we'll be traveling together for quite some time.
He shakes her head.
Has the wine made it to the table yet, late?
Yeah, it's probably this point that the butler comes back and hands out the bottles, and he's really nice silver and gold laced wine glasses in cups.
Cool.
The butler kind of looks, saying, "Have you all decided on what you'll be eating this evening?"
I need
Wait.
just another.
Silas kind of looks over, says, "I'll have the fire roasted rest. Thank you." And writes it down, and he looks at the rest of you.
See you in a moment. Take the celestial lamb as Mount Celestia.
Nods and
I'll take the gold leaf chimera.
Hearing that, Klaus would look over at her and say, "An elf eating meat?" It's very uncommon.
She'll kind of give him a side eye.
You, Phalor.
Taylor kind of looks over the menu and then he looks up. And says, seems interesting. How about for myself the Kraken Ink Tagliatelle? $36 gold pieces, if that's what you're keeping track of.
yeah.
I had to take a moment because I wanted to make sure I was saying it right.
And what about you, Tan? What are you gonna eat?
And
She said it's not working right now, but she'll take the same as me.
okay. I would say uh Baylor and Lyra, both of you give me insight checks.
You got it.
Damn, that's a nat 1.
Oh God.
That's so sad.
Dang.
Five.
Baylor wasn't much better.
Yep. Y'all don't notice anything then.
I mean, I got a 10.
Still in that one though.
No.
Yeah.
You just see smoke coming out of their ears as they're trying to think.
You know what, Klaus, give me one too. Since you're closer.
All right, insight check.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Sorry about that.
Insight. I rolled shit too. A 9.
Only thing I'll say you notice is that Silas is kind of uneasily shifting in his seat. That's all you. That's all you notice.
He would communicate through his ring and ask him if everything is all right. He seems pretty jittery.
What you hear in his head is, "This is turning into a very weird dinner."
Makes you say that.
Since when did you started hating elves when you're a fucking elf?
Always hated elves. I thought I told you. I thought you know this. I cannot stand folks in their society and all their rules and traditions.
Talk about irony.
What rules and traditions do I follow? That's why I was so surprised when I saw these two elves ordering meat. Very uncommon.
I think the rest of you just see Klaus and Silas just staring at each other silently.
No, it's like the like a scene in an anime where the two characters are having a silent back and forth, and it's just zoomed in on just their eyes making different shifting expressions.
Every once in a while, it shifts to somebody else's eyes.
Also, yeah, that's what the rest of you knows. They're just staring at each other. There's no words being exchanged.
Klaus would ask out loud to Silas if he would like a pour of this Lich's Reserve that he got.
He'll nod.
He'll pour him a glass, and he'd pour himself a glass. And then he would remove his mask, taking 2d6 psychic damage. Let's see. 10 points of damage. As he takes off his mask, you would then see under his mask a medium length kept beard with Elvis features underneath, and you would see piercings in his eyebrows and nose, plus the ones that are on his ears. And his eyes would have a reddish purple hue to them, with one of them, the irises being cat-like almost. It would basically look like the photos I tagged everybody in under his mask.
I ask very bluntly, why do you hide your face?
I'd rather stay unknown to most people.
I understand. I hate people too.
I think y'all would see Silas kind of sigh and hear him mutter something under himself, saying, fucking nitwits, excuse me for a second. He kind of walks over into this corner. And you see the rest of you would see him pull out a small red stone and start quietly talking into it. Not everybody talk all at once.
Klaus wouldn't care. He would know probably what's up. When he says nitwits, he probably has a good idea what he's talking about.
After he puts a stone down, saying, Klaus, just tell them to put it on my tab. I have to go deal with some fucking nitwits.
When you get there, can you tell, if she's not busy, tell Ophelia if she'd like to come have dinner with us? It's been a while.
He'll nod as the rest of you see as the illusion on him drops. Y'all would see what you see is completely gone. You see he's now wearing black and purple robes. A very similar mask to what Klaus was wearing, but with bright purple eyes. As you see him kind of mutter something, as like a small kind of arcane sigil appears near his hand, or releases it. Green flames kind of whip around him, and he vanishes. Probably
I don't know.
Huh?
I give him a little applaud. I start clapping.
Probably at this point, kind of in this moment, I guess, where nobody's not sure what to say, that two butlers come up and start dishing out the food. One of them kind of has Silas's food. As they see he's not there, they're like, moment of not sure what to do, and it says, I guess he'll come back for it later then.
Talking in a normal voice now instead of a whispered, with the mask being off. Klaus would tell him, "You can leave it here, and would you also fetch a cheese board for us?
He'll
The Nine
nod.
Hells board."
He'll nod as they bring you guys your food. I think the best way to describe the food is, you know how fancy restaurants, it's like, it's such in a fancy way, it seems like there's just not much food. That's kind of what you get here.
Oh man.
Off his term too.
Given the we didn't go for the highest tier though, it's probably still like proportional, but it's not like what you'd get in typical.
This isn't what you'd get at the Gilded Griffin, where a starter is 200 gold pieces, and the main course is 1,000 gold. But it's still up class.
Yeah, it's kind of like that middle ground, I guess you could call it.
Where it's like,
So then-
it's still a hearty meal, but it's like, yeah, because it's like, I think probably at the Gilded Griffin, you're probably gonna get like a micro dot, and that's gonna cost you 2,000 gold.
The Gilded Griffin is the kind of thing that the memes talk about, where it's like fancy restaurants be like picture of a single meatball on a plate with ketchup on it. That'll be $300.
Yep,
Yeah,
basically.
I'm looking at the Gilded Griffin that you have to pay for the sides separately, and they're like 300 gold pieces each.
The Gilded Griffin is where you go as a one-off thing to decide, I won the lottery, let me go do this.
I think the Gilded Griffin is, you walk in rich, come out, join the middle class, at least for a little bit.
Yeah, if you want the special
Now, see-
experience, a 12-course meal at the Gilded Griffin is 10,000 gold pieces per guest.
No, see, what it is Ivory and Emerald's where you go if you want to have a nice upper class dinner. Gilded Griffin is where you go if you want to make a rich person a business partner.
And put it on their tab.
That's where you go to impress someone with your wealth, to make them be like, oh yeah, I'm a good investment. Look at me, I can spend $500 on food.
Okay, so I'm tired of the awkward silence, so I leave the table to go watch the performances that's happening on stage.
Yeah, you see, it's like like acrobats, and there's a fire breather, and one lady is like on the front, like doing like the slow kind of dance.
After she leaves, Klaus would look to Lyra and ask to know more about her and her companion that she's been traveling with. They're going to be party members.
I mean, know what exactly?
Whatever you're comfortable with telling me.
She'll adjust in her seat. kind of sit up a little bit. If there's something specific you would like to know, just ask.
What brings you to our party? How'd you come to join us? What are your goals?
I came to find my sister. My sister's in your party. So now I'm joining your party.
And what about your friend?
I can't say I'm too sure about that one.
This is where I start coming back, but I'm quite bored.
As you come back, Klaus would then shift his attention to you and ask for you to tell a little bit about yourself and what you're planning to accomplish with the party.
Quite nervous, as I don't really trust you, especially as someone who wears a mask most of the time. But I look over at Phalar, and he seems calm, so I decide to open up. And I say that I've been exiled from the sea, and that I am just decided to join the party while I'm waiting for fate to decide what I need to do. But that is all.
Is there any?
see.
Is there like any? So I guess Julia doesn't know what or if she serves any deity at all. She's just a wanderer.
Well, she serves the Wave Mother,
Okay.
but there's almost like fate for her that's been predetermined. She's just trying to figure out what it is that she has to do. But that is all I'm willing to share with the moth creeper.
See. Well, I say we could stay here and drink more and get to know each other. I'll bet if we're going to be working and staying close to each other for a while, we should at least be able to trust each other.
I certainly enjoy it. I agree. Drink.
I think Klaus, you would notice that Ophelia comes in her disguise, her usual disguise, and sits at the bar, kind of like while you were having this conversation.
He would say, order another round of a bottle of whatever we're going to drink while we hang out here and continue eating. I'll be back in just a moment. He'd walk off and go join her for a second.
Kind of gives you a nod.
I would probably ask how they're doing with Silas over there, how it's going.
It's fine. Kind of boring over there, but fine.
Have you started preparations on your group within there yet?
Yeah, but I kind of drift between there and hanging out with father.
Talking about your father, would you let him know I'm trying to get in contact with him. I wanted to discuss something with him and Silas when he has a free moment.
Well, he doesn't really come over to this side, unfortunately.
Shadowfell recently, and he wasn't there, so I figured he was traveling somewhere.
Most probably to other parts of it.
Well, if you'd just let him know, and then next time I'm in Shadowfell, me and Silas will go and meet him.
So
And would
not.
you like to join us at our table and have some dinner before you leave?
He shakes. Think y'all seem like you're in a lively discussion. I'll leave you to it.
Not very lively. It's with a bunch of elves.
Shrugged.
Well, enjoy the time here, and let me know when you're ready to leave, and I'll walk you back. Or not. We'll teleport back with. Not walk, it'll be a long walk.
He says, I gotta go hunt soon, so
Oh, he'd probably say, I'll join you whenever you're ready to go hunt. It's been a while for me, too.
probably once the sun's fully down. Oh,
Sounds good.
hour or so.
Sounds good. And then he said, I'll see you in an hour, then he would walk back.
Guess Teresa and Larry, you don't see him just talk to some random lady at a bar and then come back.
We fit in perfect at a fine dining restaurant. We don't talk at all.
Social f***s.
Just social awkwardness, like,
I was
What?
just not sure what to chat about since new people are here.
Well, talk about yourself, Failor.
Yeah, you haven't said anything.
Taylor kind of takes a deep breath, kind of adjusting himself in the seat a little. It's probably about now that you realize that even while in a fancy restaurant, his pick and pocket dagger is still on his belt. Like he didn't take it off even for a fancy occasion.
I'm more concerned about the hat. That's bad manners.
Yeah.
But kind of looks up from the food. Says, "Well, we've all been discussing ourselves. I suppose I'll chip in a little. That also makes me realize you've heard everyone saying my name, but I myself haven't introduced myself properly. So, yes, my name is Phalar, as you may have heard. Formerly of elven descent, but I would hardly call myself that now. I come from the past that I'd rather not discuss in open spaces, to be truthful. And it is because of that path that I'm on this journey. I want to use what I can, make the most of my situation, and make up for some rather horrid things that I have done.
This is a real full party of elves
Yes.
Yes.
where Claus hates every single elf.
Except Phalar. I don't
Mm.
hate Phalar.
Ah,
But
Okay.
I know Phalar, and I know he knows why I doesn't hate him.
Phalar probably is like has a moment, and then is like, right, that reminds me, and then he's gonna take out, because I also just out of character remembered this since I didn't do it at the end of the session last session. He takes out like these 3 blue crystal dice from his pocket, 6-sided dice, and he just rolls them out on the table. He's looking over them as we're talking. I need to do 3d6.
Huh. Okay.
As he looks over them, it's kind of like his brow lowers a little bit, and he's like, it's not too promising. And he puts them back away.
What?
Bit of a trinket that I picked up along the way. I don't know how exactly they work, but I've come to realize that the higher that I roll, the more fortunate things tend to go. I keep them on my person. Above table, I can use them to give bonuses or penalties to people's attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh, neat.
So you're
Yeah.
playing D&D and D&D.
Yeah, it's 3d6, and then I can only roll the 3 once per day, and then I can expend one of the charges of the Diviner's dice to add a bonus or penalty to the attack roll or ability check of someone I can see within a certain distance of me. So he's like, that's not looking very great, because it was 2 2s and a 1.
That's so sad.
Can
The
I
highest-
roll a perception check?
Sure.
Oh. You know, my D&D Beyond is like messing around.
While that's going on, Klaus would say, well, if we're going to be traveling together, then we should share some special wine I carry with me. And he would pull out his wine skin from his...
Phalar gives a little chuckle the moment that he notices it get pulled out. It's probably the only like positive outward emotion that either of the 2 new people have seen from him.
Oh,
He gives a chuckle when Klaus pulls out this wineskin.
And Klaus would say, this is a special reserve wine that I keep with me.
please.
And he would get 4 empty glasses from the table and empty out the whole wineskin into each glass. There's nothing left, and give everybody one.
Hell yeah.
Would say, drink up. As he would drink his glass, one go.
Phalar kind of swirls his and then
Oh, wait, are
starts
we chugging
drinking
them?
it.
We're chugging them.
I
I'm
check it
chugging
down too.
Oh yeah, no, we're chugging them. We're chugging them. Fuck it.
Mhm.
All right,
That's
like
it,
hit him
you-
with
Yeah,
it.
hit him with it.
It has a very strange aftertaste. Like, it's
I
very,
should have rolled before.
very like. It's like you can't quite put your finger on what it is, but it's very strange.
Go on.
Has a very strong earthy taste to it.
I'll if I may comment that the way I've kind of imagined it is the way that I describe what reishi mushrooms smell like to people, which would be if you imagine the smell of an old bookstore or the wood section in a hardware store, but as a taste.
Ooh, I love that.
Yes,
But
very
it's like,
vacuum wood.
yeah.
I would say as you're having this, I guess the two of you are still trying to process whatever it is this taste is. Klaus, you notice a very familiar white-robed individual walks in.
Is that Ventress?
You see him walk in, like immediately make his way to the back of the restaurant.
Yo, Phalar. He'd look at Phalar like, hey, Phalar, Ventress just walked in. They head into the back.
Phalar just suddenly just this grim look across his face, even more than his normal neutral stance. And he looks down at the table, and audibly enough for everyone at the table to hear, just like, we just can't get away from him, can we?
It doesn't seem like he wanted to start anything.
Kind of gives a slight fleeting smirk and is like, do you think that maybe he second guessed it after we actually put up quite the fight?
I doubt it. He's probably just not wanting to draw attention right now.
Would keep an ear and an eye out, though.
With us being
Given
in
the
town,
incident at the Feywild Masquerade, I wouldn't want the same to happen here, especially in Vale.
well, with us being so close to the Arcane Eye, I doubt he'll try anything.
That is actually quite a good point.
Yeah, because out through the window, you can probably see the Arcane Eye Tower is probably no more than 100 feet away from this restaurant.
Phalar kind of gives a little bit of a thoughtful head tilt again and says, now that I think about it, this is actually a prime spot to put such a restaurant like this. There can't be anybody coming in here and doing much of anything mischievous with enforcers like that directly across the way. They've got security right there without having to hire them.
That's correct. Then moving on from that, Klaus would look at the two new members and tell them they want more of that wine, they would have to come back tomorrow or get some tomorrow. That's all he has until the morning.
So sad.
Y'all notice that probably no more than, I would say, 10 minutes later, that two more figures, a very large, almost like ripped, tiefling with like cracked skin, the large axe on his back, immediately kind of like goes to the same place where Ventress headed off to, and you see another kind of very similar armor to the journal you fought before. Kind of will also make his way the back.
Interesting.
Phalar kind of leans in, kind of does like a little table tap with his pointer finger, like he's trying to make a point. And he goes, I think it would be best to leave any formal discussions off the table until we're elsewhere. He says formal kind of makes it sound like he's talking about, next objectives.
to look at him, raise an eyebrow, and kind of shrug.
Kind of looks over and he says, "We can explain more once we have left, but whatever we are going to do next would be best left off of the table of conversation until we're out of the building. Just as precaution."
Fair enough.
Let's pay for our meal. Or put it on the tab of Silas.
Silas did say to do that, didn't he?
Let's get a few
Yes.
more bottles before we leave.
Kind of motion as the butler comes back.
As he comes back, I'll say, Mr. Blackwood would told us to put it on his tab. But before we leave, we would to go, if you can wrap it up in a nice little box for us to take with us, we would take 2 bottles of the Amberglow Ambrosia, 1 of the Obsidian Tears, 1 Infernal Brandy, and then would anybody like dessert?
I'll take a lava cake.
A lava cake, some candied spell scrolls. I'd say that would do it.
I'll nod and head off.
So shall we get going?
Yes, where should we go? Should we go and throw I know a place where we can go and throw a get together and get quite a bit of alcohol served.
After party?
Yes, after party and get to know each other better. Give me 1 second. And I will take us there. Could walk back over to the bar. Tell Ophelia that she can meet us Silas's house here in a bit to hang out and relax so she doesn't have to keep the spell up. And then he would turn to the barkeep and tell him,
I think as you say that, you just see her walk over to the window, shift into a bat, and just fly out. Not saying a word.
and then he would look at the barkeep and tell him to send quite a bit of barrels of spirits and ale and mead to Mr. Blackwood's house. He's hosting a party, and to put it on his tab.
Nod, and the butler comes back and brings you to go boxes.
Put it in my cold storing bag to get the alcohol cold and keep the other stuff fresh. And then I come back and say, all right, let's head to the after party.
All right, so y'all head back into town. I'll say here.
I won't head this way to Silas's.
Hmm.
As soon as I find Klaus, I'm gonna drop that.
This would be a good time to show the shift click feature to move your character.
This is Silas's house in case anybody needs it.
So, for Lyra and Thalissa, if you look at the where the purple mark is bringing you, the ping that was there was over this way. If you hold shift and then left click on your model, then you can teleport the model somewhere. It'll just go wherever you click next. So you shift click your model, then it'll show you like a white outline, and then wherever you click, it'll just drop it. And you can just bring it over to where it's being pinged at.
I can always just drop everybody over there, because you can also do it from your portrait too.
I did it.
Yeah, I'm just showing them some of the neat stuff, like the different little things that are helpful.
Yeah, I'm saying they added a feature to where instead of doing it to your actual money, you can just hold shift on your actual like portrait.
Oh yeah, you can. If you
Yeah.
hold shift and click on your portrait on the left side of the screen, it'll work too.
Yep.
Oops.
Yeah, above a table. That was an opportunity to listen in on Ventress's plans.
Alcohol's more important late. Don't you know this?
Apparently.
Getting shit faced and partying always comes first.
Who wants to listen to what the bad guy's up to when you can get shit faced?
On God.
Aylar's concern was more that if we were to discuss any of our plans there, Ventress would have possibly been listening in on us.
Well, he went all the way
That's why he was like, we shouldn't mention anything. Yeah, he went to a different room, but he is a magic man, and would not be surprised if he's capable of scrying.
Well, if you scry, you only see where they are. It doesn't let you listen in.
So as we approach, you'd see where we're going is a giant mansion.
Is that why it's taking forever to load?
I'd also check your the green thing on the side to make sure you're not cutting it off. Just to be sure.
The board may not have loaded yet for.
Yeah, it is a giant board.
Yeah. I'm just mentioning that because I know that sometimes I've done that like a dumbass, and then I'm like, oh, that's why I couldn't see anything.
Well, as we arrive, Klaus would say, "Shall we go in?"
As we head in,
I think it's pretty dark in this house. There's not much lighting.
I will say it
Yeah.
in character. I feel like it isn't too out of place for Fatelar to say it because his past is kind of a secretive individual and everything that he did. As we're going in, he looks at Klaus and he's like, it occurred to me that seeing Ventress at that restaurant could have been the potential time to do a bit of espionage eavesdropping, but I myself wasn't very comfortable being in the same building as him, so it did not cross my mind.
It could have been.
Besides, we have our own things that we need to discuss, and I'd rather not be in the same building as our enemy when we are doing so. And as we're stepping in, he looks to Theron Thalassa and says, for a little bit of explanation, I'm not sure if the two of you saw the man in the white robes that walked in while we were eating. That would be Ventress. He is the one that we are trying to stop.
Still loading in.
May have to go to the main menu and reload back in.
Yeah.
It does sometimes.
It's the most aggravating thing when you've got like 20 different boards on a thing, and then it sends you to the place between spaces, and it's like, cool, I don't know which one it was. Usually it's fine, because like late with you, I'm just like, hey, what board were we on? But when I did more questing in the West March, I was always nervous to interrupt. I'd be sitting there silently during the middle of combat for like 10 minutes, and then my turn comes up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not on the board.
So he would push the doors open. He'd say, "We can go over here, excuse the mess. There's quite a bit of books and study material laying about. You can just move them." He'd set the to-go boxes he got from the restaurant on the table with all the wine and stuff.
Yeah, Klaus, you would have noticed that Lydia Ophelia is there. She's kind of like, mostly just cleaning herself, cleaning like, you see like the front of hers is covered in blood, and she's like, she has like a napkin, and she's like trying to like clean herself off.
Costa sat it down and say, "Excuse me for a moment. Make yourself comfortable." He would go and
It's like
he would
as you approach, she's like, "I brought you a snack." As she points inside the kitchen, where you see there's just this guy in kind of raggedy clothes, completely bound.
he'd say thank you, and then he would cast unseen servant and tell it to help clean Ophelia up. As
Okay.
he goes in. First look. And Klaus would go in and I don't know if Ophelia's gonna come in or not, but he would shut the door behind him.
Yeah, she'd stay outside. She's too preoccupied
It-
cleaning herself up. Because you would
He
see,
was-
like on the other end, like in a large pool of blood is her dinner, quote unquote.
Yeah. He would then go over and drink his fill of them, and then fill up any bottles that might with blood that might be left from him before he dies.
Okay, so probably depends on if you're doing small jars or big or small containers or big ones.
Let's see. I will pour out of the 4 I have left. I'll pour 2 of Otto's big blood vials out. I don't really have a use for those, and I'll fill them up with his blood.
Okay. I'll say big vials you can probably get 6 uses out of them.
Good. And how many of the big vials did I get from him?
I'll say 3. I think the rest of you would see this very pale white lady come walking in, kind of dressed in a really nice dress, pale white hair, and just these burning red eyes. He goes, "Oh, hello."
Still nod towards her. Nobody else is in here with.
Has Phalar not come in yet? Or
I did. I just didn't
Oh,
move my
okay.
model. I got given a slice of pie, so I got distracted.
I gotcha.
Has the board loaded for you yet, Tan?
I have like the roofs loaded in. I think it's bugging out.
In the stream for
It
you.
is early access, so there may sometimes be issues, but
There you go. That way you can still see when it works. After class finishes, he will come out and join the party.
All right, let's see. Vega, if you double click your portrait, it should snap to where you are. You should be able to see your mini.
It says waiting for adventure to begin. For her.
Yeah.
Hit space on your
No,
thing.
it's
Does
not
that-
doing anything.
It's not doing anything. Okay.
Yeah, usually on the ways you might have to leave Tailspire completely and go back in. Say it.
I've done that twice though.
Hmm.
Oh, there you go. Now it's loaded in.
No, but this
Sort of.
happened before.
Waiting for
Oh, could when y'all maybe stream
I
Tailspire
am.
for now, and that just do that for now. It's being stupid.
I'm streaming it for her. For now. What is your quality settings at?
Yeah, I'm changing it now, seeing if that helps.
If you scroll to the bottom, it has more stuff. You can change your shadow resolution and all that.
I'll
Yeah,
do that. I'll do that.
I've got most of my stuff set to like the lower end with like the chromatic aberration and things off.
Those shadows.
Again, that's because I'm running on a. It is a PC, but it's from like the 2018, 2019 era of stuff.
What do you have changed? Chromatic off.
Yeah, I've got that turned off because that does some visual things. It's the like the blur around objects. And then you can change like the texture resolution and like the shadow quality and stuff.
Make sure VSync is off because that'll also help.
Yeah, VSync as well. That's one of those things.
VSync is just terrible in general.
I think the three things that have divided gaming graphics community more than anything: VSync, anti-aliasing, and depth of field.
Yep. One thing that just
'Cause-
destroys frame rates.
VSync destroys frame rate, but it helps with screen tearing. Anti-aliasing stops fragmenting on the screen, but it also destroys the frame rate. And depth of field is just bad sometimes because it's that thing where if something's too close or too far from you, it's extremely blurry.
Yeah.
Which makes trying to read things in some games hard because you walk up to it and it blurs.
Why there's such
Are you?
horrible lighting in Silas's house.
Yeah, there's no lights anywhere. Just a few lanterns. Are you able to move her to a different board light and then bring her back? See if that may fix it.
Yeah. See, I can't pull one person to one board, so it's either everybody or nobody. Like I could pull you all. I could pull you all to one board, and then come back and bring you back. If that would work.
I'm because it's just stuck on waiting for adventure to begin for her is what it's saying.
Here, I'll summon y'all to another board, and then just summon y'all back. Maybe that will fix it. Here, y'all can stare at the original city you started in.
Nuh-uh.
Carnassel.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is where the original campaign began.
This city has music in the background and people talking.
I think you decided to go. Apparently, you decided to go to the mute city. For some
Yeah.
reason. You see, of all the cities, that's the one y'all decide to stay in. I don't know if that fixed it.
Seems to have made it worse.
Well, I'm streaming at 10 if you just want to watch my screen for now.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It's early access, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I don't want to slow you guys down.
Small indie company like League of Legends, like Riot. Small
Mhm.
small indie company. As Klaus would walk up and come next to Ophelia, he would introduce her and say, "You already know Phalar, Ophelia, and then these two are some new party members. We have one is I think you met her one time was Ivilra. One is her sister, and the other is her traveling companion."
Billy nods.
I nod as well.
I already know.
Just turning into a nodding party.
Yep.
Uh-huh. He would see. He'd had the wine set out and all that. Has the barrels and stuff from the restaurant arrived yet?
I am in. There.
Good.
Hackers in movies.
No, they haven't arrived yet.
Okay, sounds good. Uh,
Ophelia's hot. So glad I let it in.
uh, are there any servants or any members around the house?
This late at night, probably there's probably one or two.
Staff or members?
Staff have gone home for the day, but there's a couple of there's maybe his main butler Charles, who's still he's like sitting in a chair, kind of nodding off.
We won't bother Charles. He would, I guess, message Silas and tell him to send some cult members. Oh, not cult. What is the cult? Send some of their friends over from the group that are wanting to relax and hang out, that have done good work here recently.
You'd hear back. So these nitwits are a bunch of friends now?
No, they're not. But you gotta have some reward with punishment. This can't always be punishment. They have to be able to relax sometimes if we want better results.
He's like, give me a moment as you just hear like screaming in the background. All right. Guess I'll deal with these fucking nitwits.
Give you a break for a bit.
It's like probably you just don't wait as like 3 or 4 of them just like appear and just slam into the floor. They all kind of just face plant.
As they get here, he'd tell them to get up.
You see like a couple of them look like they have. You can just tell like at a glance that Silas has been busy with them.
He would tell them to clean themselves up, that they have been chosen to hang out and rest and recuperate and party, but he'd tell him he needs them to do some things first. They respond.
They'll nod kind of sheepishly. I think you'll hear Silas say, "Tell them if they fuck up again, their heads will be stuffed and hanging on my wall."
He would look at him and say, I'm going to give you one chance. And if you fuck up, I will contact Silas.
Like
When I need
you just say his name and they all have like looks of like absolute terror on their face.
He would tell him, what I need you to do is go out and get some ghost powder and ember resin for us, and invite some people from the tavern to come here, and hurry back as quickly as possible. We're having a party and you're invited. So if you want to come here and not visit Silas and actually enjoy some relaxation and drinking, don't fuck this up.
They turn and just like run full sprint.
And he would look back at the party and tell them, we will have some other guests joining us here shortly and some refreshments. As he goes and opens a bottle of wine and pours him a big glass.
This party's alcoholics.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody drinks. Phalar specifically drinks to de-stress, so I guess he's the alcoholic here.
Characters never had alcohol before. I kind of just gave in to peer pressure at the restaurant.
I'm curious, how many King Deed spell scrolls did you get?
Let's see.
I think 2.
Yeah. Let's say
Okay.
2.
They have an effect if you eat them.
He would then look at Lyra and say, I noticed you have some instruments on your back. Why don't you make this party more lively while we wait on the other guests to arrive?
She shrugs. It is. And my thing.
Shrugs and nods.
Well, well, what shall we do then? While we wait.
Crickets.
Lyra's gonna kind of sit there and tune her instrument.
Thalassa's
That requires me.
Thalassa's inspecting Ophelia out pretty hardcore.
I'm just seeing what her undergarments are made from. They look very expensive.
She's just staring down at you like, with a look like, what the hell are you doing?
With respect, of course.
Personal space, please.
Okay. I'm gonna go over here, pick up this lantern, and just have a look at the books up here.
Klaus would get an empty glass and take one of his vials he has and pours it and offer it to Ophelia because he knows she can't have alcohol right now.
He'll take it. And he'll walk over. Let's kind of on the edge over here.
He would look at Phalar and say, "You're normally a lot more talkative, Phalar."
Sometimes I am, yes, but others I kind of think more introspectively. I think there's been a lot on my mind due to recent events since that fight.
I'm getting very fidgety and agitated. I'd like to go find something.
Fight something.
Yeah.
We could spar, get to know each other's capabilities.
Yeah, okay.
Klaus would tell Fela to help him move the table out of the way.
Comes over and does a little bit of a stretch as he approaches. My cutoff thing just decided to interrupt. There we go.
So which
And he
which
comes over.
you're moving this one?
Yeah, just moving it out of the way for now.
I'll say you move it over here.
I'm gonna play y'all some battle music. Got you.
And since we're not trying to hurt each other, Klaus would pull his, or we're not trying to kill each other, Klaus would pull his pipe out of his pocket and light it up and smoke on it as we duel. He's not taking this serious.
I won't either.
Oh, is this like a 2v1 or some shit?
Is this going to be a weapon fight or are we going unarmed strikes?
I'm fine with whatever you want to do. It's just one-on-one,
No, we can do unarmed strikes.
unarmed. That's fine.
Yep.
Music
He
working?
would say,
I turned it on.
I do not hear anything. Oh, it's because it's in the campaign. We're all in chill. I didn't realize that.
Ah, okay. Hold on. There we go.
Now I hear it. Does it know the Necromancer Boogie?
You just right click and attack?
Let's see. So it's gonna be me and Thalassa, unarmed fighting.
All right.
Any other rules besides just unarmed fighting?
Okay.
I'll say with that, both of you roll initiative.
I gotta roll initiative. I got a 19.
Roll initiative.
Yes, we gotta see who.
In D&D, initiative determines, just like in Baldur's Gate 3, determines combat order.
So unlike base Baldur's Gate 3, because I just want to point this out in case it wasn't known. D&D uses a D20 for initiative. For some reason, Baldur's Gate Unmodded uses a D4.
Where's initiative on the
It's
D&D sheet?
It should be
It
It should be
top.
near the top.
yeah, near the top near your armor class.
Ah, got it. I got a 5.
Oh no.
Uh, all right, class.
So, no weapons. I will run up to her with my pipe hanging out of my mouth and try and grapple her.
So, athletics versus athletics, or athletics versus acrobatics. So, so
Athletics
uh,
versus athletics.
yeah. So, Lassa, roll either athletics or acrobatics, whichever ones you like. Basically, he's trying to grab you, and this is a contested roll with him. See if either you can slip out or push him
Hit him
away.
back.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. I'll do athletics.
I got a 15.
I rolled a 7.
I got a 15.
So she is grappled.
For a
What
wizard,
kind of nuts are you using to be rolling these numbers? You.
to be a wizard, he's quite strong.
Okay.
You can feel his muscles flexing as he grabs you.
I think
That's gay, but alright.
Ophelia's just like watching, smirking while watching all of this.
And then,
Okay, whose turn is it now? Still.
That's your action. You still have your bonus action.
yes. Bonus action.
Okay.
I want to. Let's see. I want to use Shadowed Thirst on her.
Is what exactly?
As a bonus action, target one creature within 30 feet that has blood. The creature makes a Constitution saving throw, which is an 8 plus my proficiency modifier plus charisma modifier. On a failure, you siphon part of its life force and gain temporary hit points equal to your own charisma modifier plus your level. Half as much on a success. So 8 plus
4 is your proficiency plus
plus
your
charisma, which is a 3.
8, 10, 12. So 15.
15. You need to be to 15.
So Lassa, make a Constitution saving throw. As you feel like he as he grabs onto you, feel like it's weird. You feel like this coldness in your chest is part of your life force is being. It's like you feel like part of you is being pulled from you.
Okay.
So make a Constitution saving throw.
Now, where is that?
So you should see a tab that says saving throws, and you would click your con one.
So like, it's on the top right, above where your senses are.
Constitution.
Yes.
Yes.
You should just say con.
Okay.
Then you just click on the button.
24.
So that's a success.
It's half as much. A success. Let's see here.
Take damage or
Uh, It doesn't say they take damage.
Well, then how do you determine what the half is then? If you're not taking damage.
I didn't make the spell. On
You're
a
using
failure,
spells. I thought this was just like unarmed strikes.
this is unarmed.
Okay.
On a failure, you slice from part of its life force and gain charisma points equal to your charisma modifier plus your level. Half as much on a success.
Okay, so it's
Back up
this.
the fuck.
Okay, yeah, so it's so it's 3 plus your charisma modifier. So it's 12 plus your charisma modifier.
So 13. Half of that is
6.
okay. That's my turn. It's your turn now.
Okay, I'd like to do an unarmed strike. And I deal 1 plus strength bludgeoning damage.
So first you gotta roll and see if you
Uh,
hit. You
I
hit
got
him.
I got a 23.
What would that? Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, even with your shield, still hit.
Yeah.
So you take 1 point of damage.
Yep.
Socks you in the face.
What?
What are you doing for your bonus action?
My bonus action. Have I taken any damage?
No.
Okay. Shield of Faith is my bonus action. Do I need to roll for it?
No.
Okay.
But keep in mind your AC is now 23. So if he rolls anything less than 23, that means he doesn't hit you.
Okay.
Alright, Klaus.
Action. I am going to do chill touch on her. She's a cantrip. Touch her to do that. I rolled a hit with it. That was a natural 20. So a 30 to hit.
Oh no. I think you'd hear a filly called, "Boo! That's cheating." As she giggles.
It's unarmed still. As he'll giggle back. And then roll for damage.
Yep.
$44 points of necrotic damage.
With chill touch for cantrip?
Yes. Because it was 3d10, but I got a natural 20, so it changed it to 6d10.
Well, technically, no, because it's with my rule, it's 3d10 10s are maxed out, so that's 30
30.
plus an additional 3d10.
Okay, so 30 plus another 3. 10. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Plus another 22, so 52 points of damage, which is more than what the other one was.
So I know you said you wanted to describe spells more. How
Yes.
would you describe this?
I would, as I'm holding her, I would touch her face with my other hand, and it would send a chilling shiver echoing from the grave through her body as she takes the necrotic damage.
Bela calls out, "Oh, them strikes are boring. Go pull out. I'm bored."
And then Klaus would look at her, smile, and then bonus action. Bonus action. Am I able to open my bag as a bonus action?
What, to bring out your skeletons?
I'm not gonna bring them out. I'm just gonna open it so I can yell at them. Right now.
Yeah, I'll allow you to open it as a bonus action.
Yeah, because they probably won't come out till next time. I'll open it and yell, "Come out, boys!" That's the end of my turn. They probably won't come out till next turn.
How many you got, just so I can prep it?
I have
3, I think, in there right now.
3. Yeah, I have 3 in there right now.
Then after that, so yeah, you see, he's not really playing by the rules at this point.
I realize how unfair this is because I said no weapons, and I'm a paladin, and he's pretty much has magic attacks. So I said unarmed, but all right with your bone tail, okay. Like the only thing I can pretty much do are just unarmed strikes and radiant strikes.
I mean, if he's using magic, that's clearly you can use your weapon at this point.
Yeah, okay.
You have to don't forget to remember that you're grappled.
So what does that limit me by?
It just means while he has you grappled, your attacks are at disadvantage.
Okay.
So unless you want to use your action to break free, or unless you have a spell that allows you to like teleport, like Misty Step, or
Yeah, I'll do that. Then will I have 2 actions if I Misty Step?
Misty Step is a bonus action.
Yeah. So
Plus, you should have control of the skellies.
I do.
Okay, cool.
okay, I use my trident for topple. Let me roll quickly.
You have to hit him.
Do I have to hit him first?
Yes. If you hit him, then you knock him prone as part of the
Okay.
attack.
Where'd you Misty Step to?
I got 19.
I'm going to use my reaction for.
Gee, Misty Step 30
Yo.
feet. And you'd be. There's not a whole lot of place you can like go since room. Where would you that's where would you have Misty stepped?
Yeah.
Like this, Lyra
Oh, the
or
rat's fine.
huh?
Yeah, Balara, you can go Balara, that's fine. She can
Ahead.
be my human shield.
What?
What?
But then if you moved up to attack him, we would have had to move 30 feet back to be back in melee. So that's your first.
Yeah.
That's your first attack.
I cast Shield as a reaction, bumping my AC to 21.
I'll hide the skellies for now since they're not in play yet. All right, so you can still make another attack.
But you never told me if I toppled him. Did I
He
not make the roll?
he uses reaction to.
Oh,
You
okay.
see him like flick his wrist, and like a kind of a bluish kind of arcane air kind of pops up, and your trident hits that instead. Does no harm to him. But you can still make another attack though.
As he chuckles, as he's puffing on his pipe, saying, "You'll have to try better than that."
All right, so roll your second attack.
Me.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I cast Nature's Wrath to conjure vines. Uh, 27.
That hits.
And as part of the weapon mastery, you're knocked prone. Like, sweet. She like. It's like as you say that, you see her like. Looks like she's going for a stab, but then last second low hits you in the back of your knees and sends you toppling down. So roll damage.
Roll damage.
Yes.
Another attack.
No, now that you've hit him, you got to roll
Mhm.
damage to find out what he takes
Oh.
as part of the attack.
6.
6 damage.
Yep.
All right.
Action, bonus action. Yeah, I think that's it.
Start of my turn, because I forget about it and I just realized it. You would see Klaus regain some vitality. A little 1d10. Regain 10 hit points.
Wow, rolled really well.
I know. I almost made back to full. Is it an action or a bonus action to stand up?
It would be considered part of your movement. Just so you use half.
Okay.
You use half of your movement to stand up.
Okay, I'll stand up.
Yeah, about 15 feet of movement left.
The skeleton should be out now.
Yes, I'll. Think. Yoink.
As Lyra and Thalassa will see 3 skeletons crawl out of my open bag on my hip. And then Klaus would say, if we want to play it that way, he would then cast
They probably, as y'all are fighting at this point, you hear movement coming down the stairs as you see Silas coming back down just as just as they come back.
he was the people.
We might have to postpone this fight. Totally
He would-
not scared of the skeletons at all.
He would tell Phalar and Lila if they can go.
I think you would just hear like the clattering of something falling.
He'd ask Phalar and Lyra if they could go greet Silas, since this is his house.
I think
God.
probably not these guys, but probably nincompoops, imbeciles would probably be acolytes.
Klaus would.
And I think you Silas would just turn and just stare at them.
As Klaus is seeing this, partly distracted, still puffing on his pipe, he would probably not paying attention as much, and he would accidentally cast Bone Rend on Thalassa at 5th level. That's the only level I can cast it at right now.
I think Silas seeing this, he's gonna cast Counterspell. He's kind of see like you're half distracted, not really noticing what you're doing. He's like, nope, not here.
No breaking bones in my dining room.
So it's like as you're kind of like half looking at Silas, you would see like at the corner of your eye that kind of greenish like necromantic energy just dissipate as you see Silas like flick his wrist.
Thing that regaining his focus, he would say, it seems like the guests have arrived. We should probably stop for now.
Answer with till next time then.
And then Klaus will pull out one of his big vials of healing potion and offer it to her.
Silas just turns and says, "Pick your jaws up and get in here."
I take a
Good
swing, I
And
say
they
thanks,
they
and
all
then we
just
follow.
sheepishly walk in, heads
As-
looking at the floor.
As she goes to take it from Klaus to drink it, he would rub off Otto's name off the bottle, saying that it doesn't need this name anymore. As he gives it to her.
I drink it.
She drank it late.
Celia, making a Constitution saving throw.
Me.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like as immediately as this, as you drink this,
I got a 17.
you feel like your center of your chest gets colder. You manage to like close your eyes, kind of focusing on the wave mother before you kind of push it away as the coldness kind of dissipates. Seems like whatever this was certainly wasn't a healing potion.
Sorry about that. It's a bag of colding. So if it was a little cold, that's why I like to
My
keep
God.
him safe.
I react with an aggressive shove. Do I need athletics for shove?
Yes, so make a. So I guess both of you roll athletics.
21.
8.
It's like kind of unexpectedly, she just shoves you, and your knees kind of hit the back of this table. It stings, but
He would laugh it off. And then offer
Yeah.
her an actual healing potion.
No, I'm gonna go stand over here. Bye, Lyra. I've had enough of you today.
As he chuckles and tells the skeleton to pop back in as he holds the bag open.
Silas just like pushes back, walking past the. Just looks over at these guys and says, "Did you bring the stuff or not?" They kind of said, "Yes, we brought it," and they kind of all kind of just set it on the table.
Seeing them set it on the table, Klaus would say, "Finally," make his way over.
See him mutter. See Silas just mutters on his breast, "Fucking imbeciles."
He would ask Phalar if he cares to partake, and Lyra, Thalassa. We have some
Absolutely.
we have some ember resin, ghost powder. Above table, ember resin is the weed of this world, and ghost powder is cocaine.
Yep.
Weed.
Ghost powder also makes you feel ethereal and see ghosts, if I recall from the time that you
It's in homebrew if you need it.
Yeah, there is weed. I just had to look up what it's just not called. It's in it's in the homebrew channel.
Yes,
I will be partaking.
It is called Emberleaf resin, a sticky red sap that burned and inhaled. You get advantage on dexterity and charisma checks for 1d6 hours resistance to fire damage. Disadvantage on saving throws against charm effects.
Mind bliss powder is the weed in my world.
The Mind Bliss powder is?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was the Emberleaf resin.
Where is it?
Homebrewing.
It's the here, I'll just
There you go. I tagged you,
okay.
Lyra. So we got some ghost powder
Ooh.
and Mind Bliss powder.
Silas just says, "You're dismissed. Go back to the Citadel. Remember what I said." They just nod and all run off. Fucking imbeciles. I guess unless there's anything else you want to do, we can end the session here for the after party.
Yeah, we can pick it up next week unless anybody else has anything.
Nope.
I don't believe so. I feel like it's gonna be in for a treat when they come back next week and see us all shit faced and taking drugs.
I think
Fighting.
Avila's already shit faced
Already
sitting
there?
on IRL.
Of a thing to see. I see, hey guys, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it to the session, and I was like, uh-oh, what happened to Elvira? And then I look and I'm like, oh. Hey guys, not able to make it to the session because I am drunk as hell, apparently, is what happened.
And it's like I said, and then I've been he said, then he messaged me saying, Avila's real smart and my brain's all dumb right now, so I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah,